Thank you all very much. First thing I want to do is add some value to your life, all right? I'm a video production company. I don't mind if you got your cell phone out. In fact, I'm going to encourage it right now. For many of you, what you want to know is how can I spy on my competitors, okay? And I'm going to give you a real simple way to do that right now. Go over to Google and put in Facebook Ads Library right into Google for me, okay? And then what's going to come up is just a simple question. Click on All Ads and put in the name of your biggest competitor right there. You will be able to instantly see all the ads your competitor is running right now on Meta. All right? You can see the copy that they have. You can see the location where their potential customers are going when they click on the ad. Why do I say this? Because if you got somebody that's great at what they do, somebody that you look at and you're like, I'm aspiring to be them. Maybe they're doing millions more. They're killing it on social media. You can now see what they're doing. You can copy it and do it for yourself. Facebook Ads Library. It'll help you right now spy on your competitors and see what they're doing, all right? So hopefully that brings some value right from the beginning there for you. If you want to bring out your cell phone there. Now, if they aren't doing anything, what an opportunity that you have. You have an opportunity in front of you to be able to crush your competition in an area where they're doing absolutely nothing. So let me go over here. I think I got the clicker. First thing I want to do right now is tell you this. Tony Robbins says that when he sits down to a negotiation, the first question he asks somebody when he sits across from them is, what do you want to accomplish here today? Because half of trying to figure out what the problem and the solution is just trying to go after the same direction. So click it. Let's see. There we go. I want to shift your perspective on one thing, which is marketing and video production. I know what everyone thinks. Great. Marketing and video production. Man, I've heard these things 1,000 times, all right? And I understand that. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to do exactly that. Shift it in the next 28 minutes for you. Started my company back in 2021. I had nothing but a cell phone at that time. We were able to do a few other things. And in 2023, over 1,000 videos for people all across the country in the trades. As I always say, if you work with rough hands, you are my kind of client. I don't work with soft hands. They're not my kind of people. 2024, we noticed that there was a problem in video production. Think about it. All these videos that my team over here creates, all these people with the cameras right here, we would hand it over to a mover like you, and they would go, great, Patrick, what the hell do I do with these videos now? And so what we did is we created the 90-day blue-collar blueprint so that we would help people know how to use all the videos that people are talking about every single day. And so we noticed this problem that we wanted to go ahead and solve, and we've been able to do it for a number of contractors and a number of people in the Inc. 5000. So far, we've created over 2,000 videos for contractors and people who I say have rough hands, and that's generated over $200 million for our clients. Now, I did a little experiment last week in Orlando, Florida, where we're from, and I put in, I need a mover, movers near me into Google, and what do you think I got hit with? Ad after ad. Now, I want you to see right here what competitors are doing. Maybe some of them are in this room right here. And I want you to think about one thing. If you were somebody who was a homeowner and you wanted to move, you were a business owner and you needed to move, and you came across these ads right here. These are legitimate things that are running right now. Pretty much all look the same, don't they? I mean, is there anything about this that you say, man, I want to go with that person. They really stick out to me. That is the company that I want to work with. And if you don't have anything running right now, it looks similar to this. Ask yourself why your customers would choose you. Why would they pay more for you? Why would that avatar that you're going after right now, why would they want to work with your company? This is what you have to understand. Moving is boring to the average person that's out there. So is every other blue-collar profession. So you're competing with Donald Trump, Taylor Swift, sex, and then we got that. And so when someone's scrolling through their phone, you have to do something that's going to get them to stop on your ad, something that's going to say, damn, I want to work with those people right there. So this is a general approach that most marketing companies take, and this is what all of you in the room have done. I can almost promise it. What you do is you try to focus on that bottom number down there, 6%. That's the number of people who in a business and a home are going to consider moving somewhere this year on the low end. So you say, hey, listen, if you need a mover, I'm going to be your person. So I'm going to focus and I'm going to throw those ads I just saw in front of you. And then you're going to compete with hundreds of other roofing companies or moving companies every single day. And you're just going to hit them. And you're going to hope that you have something that stands out that they go, damn, I want to work with those guys right there. That's what you're doing. You're competing against that for everybody else for that small little bit right there. And when it comes to shifting your perspective, I'd ask you, why not compete at the 94% up here where nobody else is? Because we know at any given time, someone in that 94% can fall into that 6% when they get married, they get divorced, they get a promotion in their job. I don't want to compete down at 6% right there. I want them to know, like, and trust me all the way from the beginning so they go with my company. And so what I want to do is shift how you look at this. Do you want to just play down at the bottom against where everybody else is, or build a brand that is 10-mile famous around where you are right now? So how do we do that exactly? Well, first thing you understand is nobody likes ads. No one. 78% of people say they're too many. The other 22% are dead. No one wants to see an ad on social media. So what we say is this: video production and marketing can work for your business. And here's how. Create content that will actually fuel an emotion in somebody. None of you in this room have ever stopped on a video and said, man, that meant absolutely nothing to me. That was completely boring. I felt nothing from that. I'm going to watch it one more time and follow this company. You want to feel something: anger, emotion, frustration, nostalgia, happiness. And so is the content that you're putting out there for your company right now, does it do that for your customers? And if you want to know, just go to your Instagram page or YouTube right now, look at your last 6 posts and say, do I feel anything when I look at these right here? If you don't, nobody is paying attention to you. And attention is the ROI. So this is what I just went through right here. Awareness, authority, proof. This is the funnel that we believe works in today's world. Now, why do I say that? Because we always, with video, when we start on Meta, we make sure that we make people aware of our clients. And I would ask you, whether you hire a company like mine or not, to begin putting content out that people will actually watch. It's nice to sit there and say what you do better than anybody else. It's nice to sit there and say that you take more care, more experience, all that stuff. Until you have my attention, I don't care. I'm scrolling through, and that's what people are doing who are your potential customers. You need to make sure they're aware of you. I know you, I like you, I trust you, and then finally, when they get down to that 6% and they fall into that, they know who you are and they want to do business with you. I'll go skip through this. I want to play this one right here. Before I play it, this particular video has generated about $3 million for our client in the Villages. Anyone else, if you're familiar with the Villages, it's the largest retirement community in the country. Everybody drives a golf cart around and plays golf. So we wanted to create something that first in our funnel grabs attention. Once we have attention, we can funnel somebody down. So let's play this one right here if we can.
Roofing in the Villages isn't just about putting a quality roof up. It's also about dodging golf carts and golf balls. Eustace Roofing has been servicing the Villages for over 4 generations. It only makes sense to go with the experience that makes the difference.
Now, if you are 65 years old in the Villages, scrolling through your phone and you see that, I'm watching because you got my attention, everyone. And see, that is the name of the game for any influencer that you see out there. If Bradley or let's say I say the name Andy Elliott, you're going to feel something when I say that, if you've heard Andy Elliott speak again. But that attention that you get from a customer is what you can monetize when you begin to have ads that you put in front of them. Until you get my attention, I'm telling you, you're losing right there. Now, most people in here, I'm hoping, because if not, this is going to definitely fall flat on this next one when it comes to attention. Does anyone remember the Chris Farley skit, Man Van Down by the River, right? Say one person, thank you, okay, I guess something. So we had a company in Hickory, North Carolina who said, we want to do the same thing. We want to make an ad because we love Chris Farley and we think our audience in Hickory, North Carolina is going to identify with that right there. So this is our stab at making that happen. I want you to take a look at this one.
Who on earth is that?
All right. How is everybody?
Hey, who are you?
I'm Pat Molly, soon-to-be certified roofer with Shady Acres Roofing, and I heard you got a little drip up top.
Yeah, we were just thinking about patching it ourselves.
Well, lottie freaking die, we got ourselves a DIY. I can't see real good. Is that Tim the Toolman Taylor over there? If you try to fix that roof, you know what's gonna happen? Your house is gonna collapse. Then you're gonna be living in a van down by the river. Now, you're probably asking yourselves, how do we get back on the right track? As I see it, there's only one solution. I grab my gear, I move in here, and I fix your roof myself. Whoopsie daisy. We're gonna have to clean that up later. I'm gonna go grab my gear.
No yelling, no vans, just a great company you can trust. At Integrity, it's in the
If you've seen the skit, it makes sense, all right? Let me say that right now. All right, so what we try to do, and I want to say this to you, that whether you hire a company that does media and video production, begin to look at your content that you're putting out there as what kind of emotion am I going to drive for my potential customers? Please look at it that way. Don't just put something out there just to post something. Don't just post something just to say what you do with a selfie. Really start to give consideration to that, because I want people to pay attention to your business. And then what you want to think about is what happens when a customer wants to do business with you. If you're running ads right now, think about that. They click on something, where does it go? Now, if you run ads on Meta like we do and Facebook, Instagram, and it's a Facebook form that they fill out, do you believe that that's probably the highest intent customer, that avatar that you want who's filling out Facebook forms? Or do you think they want more of a customized experience? So what we suggest that you do is you go to Fiverr or Upwork, hire somebody for $100 and build a custom landing page where that ad that you run on Meta, if you're running one, send them right over there to gather their information. It'll cost you $100 on, like I say, a Fiverr and Upwork, or you can work with a team like ours. Because if you want a high intent customer, you've got to have a beautiful and amazing customer experience. You put professional content in front of people, you target them, and you say, I want to show those people who watch my content, I want to show them ads. You have a great customer experience, and you will get higher intent customers for yourself. I am not the smartest person in the world. I don't know much about like the AI and all that stuff. But what I can tell you is that if I need a mover and I go to someplace and I've seen your stuff before, you hit me with an ad that tells me why I need to get involved with you now, I go to a great landing page, it's so easy for me to get the information, and you get in touch with me, I'm going to give you my business, and I'm not going to be in a race to the bottom battling you every single word over the price and the service that you give. And if nothing else, I'd hope that I can employ that on you today. This is a real life example of what we do for clients in a 100,000, let's just say, person area that's out there. So I'll go up here. 100,000 people. Those awareness, let's take the golf cart ad. I show that to 100,000 people. I can get about 25,000 of those people to watch for 25% of the video. I tell that number to my clients at nauseum, 25%. Then I show another video to them, and I knock that down. 25% of those people will watch for 75% will watch for 25% of the video. And you see how we knock this down, and we keep on retargeting and retargeting and retargeting your potential clients. And eventually, 6% fall into the category that need you. And that is when they see the ads and what you can do for them right now. They've seen you 3, 4 times. You've entertained them. You've brought value to their life. And now you're saying, I want something from you. If you don't do that, what you are is just somebody that's sitting in front of somebody going, give me, give me, give me. And then you expect the relationship not to be transactional. It will be transactional because you've made it that way right from the beginning. So instead, how can I bring value first through laughter, emotion, entertainment to my customer, bring them down, get them on a call. A third of those will turn into great appointments and times when you can actually earn the business. And this is how you run, in my opinion, a 90-day campaign to go ahead and make you a brand name in your area. You don't have to be popular in Norway. No one's buying your product in Norway. You need to be 10-mile famous, everybody. No one should ever step into your city 10 miles around your office and take your business. You should have that area blanketed where people look at your ads, they know who you are, and stop you at the gas station because you're sitting there and you're putting great entertaining stuff in front of them. This is how we do it right here. And this is how we see contractors and blue-collar entrepreneurs. This is 90 days. What do you think happens in the next 90 days if you do this? You don't start from ground zero. You start with everybody that's already aware of your business. You don't battle for the 6% anymore. We're funneling people constantly down so you don't have the ebbs and the flows that come with a business that battles at the bottom. And that's what I want you to have. Consistent lead flow with a brand that you build. Now, exceptional content isn't an accident, everybody. You gotta do it on purpose. Sit down with your team. We do it through pre-production right here. Talk about the content. Throw ideas and put them on a whiteboard. If you do that, you'll come up with somebody in your team who's actually got some real good stuff, and they'll constantly be that person. Script it out for yourself. I promise you, Bradley is not sitting there just randomly coming up with stuff off the cuff and putting that onto Instagram. I've asked him about it before. He gets a list of 20, breaks it down from there, and then they begin to put their content out. That is the way you do it. Script it out. And so the final video I want to show you is this. I want you to, you can't read it right here. The first part of this, it says, well, boy, if I could read it. Anyways, what I want you to show is that it's one line and it says voiceover, all right? That's all it says. So this person, thank you. The community deserves a roofing company that truly cares about delivering a quality roof. Replace roof with moving. And moving, you know, a moving company that worries about delivering a quality product here when you move. This is a script. Now, when you put a company like ours behind it, you get an incredible product, all right? Let's watch it here.
And this is Bluebird Roofing. This community deserves a roofing company that truly cares about delivering a quality product. We keep our promises and we get it right the first time. At Bluebird Roofing, we are Tennessee's only homegrown 3-star GAF President's Club contractor, committed to delivering a quality product for over 15 years. We know you have choices, but this team is ready to earn your business. There is simply no group of professionals more dedicated to the exterior of your home than Bluebird Roofing. This community deserves a contractor you can count on, one who still believes a handshake means something, and the values that built this country should ring true in the services we provide. Bluebird Roofing, Tennessee's most trusted roofing company for a reason.
There you go. The reason I show you that, all right, is that there are contractors, there are movers, there are blue-collar entrepreneurs who are investing in professional content. If you continue not to, what do you believe that your customers who are on social media are going to stop and then actually view and actually pay attention to? If it's not you, it's going to be your competitor, all right? And so we have to begin to shift, like I say, the perspective on what we do, all right? Whether you're a mover or you're a roofer, a plumber, you gotta make sure that the content that you put out there, people are gonna look at and they're gonna say something about. And so I would challenge you. And the last thing I'll say, and that's gonna be my closing, is if you wanna do anything, I call it a 6-post rule about your company. Go to Instagram, go to YouTube, go to Facebook right now. I want you to understand something, that when somebody sees an ad from you, I don't care where they are in the country, they see an ad, they're gonna research you somewhere. Before they do business with you, they will look you up somewhere. Whether it be Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, they're gonna look at you. And they're not gonna scroll down to the post that you made in November of 2024. They're gonna look at one of your last 6 posts for your business, and they're gonna make an inference about who you are and what you represent. And so I would challenge you to look at that and go, do the last 6 posts that I've made about my business, do they represent who I am? When I say that I charge more for a reason, do the posts that somebody's gonna look at, would they believe me if they watched those posts right there? And if they wouldn't, then go take the great stuff that you have at the bottom, pin it to the top of your page so that people who research your business will say, yeah, these are the people that I want to do business with right here, okay? So if you can do that, hopefully change your perspective, bring some value here to you today. I'm a little bit shorter than some of the other ones on my presentation, but hopefully this gives you some things to think about. I appreciate everybody's time. We're right over there if you have any questions. Thank you.